It's 5 a.m. I've had less than 4 hours sleep, and I've got three classical games of chess today. What could go wrong? So I packed my bags for another 5 round chess congress. My plan was to basically play in one tournament every month for as long as I can, and hopefully that experience will build up. Yo, so as you can see from my lip, I literally got a cold sore from today because that is how intense the chess was. There was 3 rounds today, and I was one of the last to finish in the hall for every round. And Ben can testify because he was watching my games for the last half an hour because all of my games are long, really long. But honestly, I'll recap some of them because especially my first round game, I was if anyone has been following the channel for the last year or two, you'll remember the Imperial comeback where it was the "It's so lucky," no, "You're so lucky" guy. Do you remember that game where I came back and it was impossible to come back and I did? It was probably worse than that. And I managed to come back and I almost mated my opponent. It was amazing, but in the end it's 3 draws for me out of 3, but all against 21 to 2200, so I'm very happy with the result. But the biggest thing I wanted to actually mention was that for round 1 I saw that my opponent played a line in the Caro-Kann that I haven't looked at properly. It's this endgame line, and I didn't fancy, putting myself up to the test. So I played a Norwegian, which definitely did not go well in the opening. So I need to either learn my lines better or actually have an alternative, legit opening. And in round 2, because I had so much adrenaline from round 1, I ended up playing e4 because my opponent played Sicilian, and he did play Sicilian, so we got a wing gambit. And I haven't played wing gambit online or in person for months, but in the moment I could not bring myself to play Reti despite all of my preparation because I just wasn't in the mood to play it. So I think it's super important actually, now I think about it, to have 2 repertoires. Basically one, at least for people like me who have such fluctuating mood swings at the board. I would have lost a Reti game 100%. And for instance, actually in the last round I was white, so I ended up playing a Reti because I was in the mood to play Reti, not to play 1e4. 1e4 would have been way too much. My adrenaline was all gone. So yeah, I think basically it's gonna make me rethink about how to approach my repertoires. And I think maybe rather than have Norwegian as my backup, I should probably get back to the Sicilian, because in the same way I can play e4 when I suspect my opponent will play a Sicilian, so I'll get wing gambit. Same way I could let's say play a Sicilian as black, and if they're playing open Sicilian and I could get a Sveshnikov, and that's the most likely thing, then maybe Sicilian would be a really good choice. And since I've done so much preparation on Sicilian in the past, it would be a shame to give it up. So I think Sicilian and e4 can be more of an aggressive kind of repertoire, and then Reti and Caro-Kann can be more solid. So I think I'm gonna review some of my lines, put more work into it, and yeah, that should be good. So I'm gonna hand over to Ben, and he's gonna interview me. I don't know what else there is to add really, but I guess we'll discuss some stuff. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, Michael, thank you for joining me on your channel.
Just burning my hands.
Okay, so how did you find how was your headspace going into the first round of the tournament today?
Honestly, that feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
After 3 rounds of
Trudging
chess,
off.
I can't even remember what my mindset was like. I think I was very excited to play. I think already even within the morning, I was,
I can
okay.
confess you were.
Okay, yeah. But I also feel like I still had like I was really negative as well at times, right? Like you gave it a term like catastrophic. Or,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, catastrophizing about scoring zero
catastrophizing, yeah,
out of
like
five,
yeah. So I think I did have my doubts, but I was very excited to play. And the opening could not have gone worse. Like I literally just got smacked. Like I felt like some kid who's like done something wrong and just got absolutely hammered. And then somehow I just played like a beast. Like I don't know what ignited inside me to like just do what I did on the board. But I mean, the viewers will see it. Like I'm definitely making a recap of this game because, holy crap. Yeah.
Did you find it more encouraging after the games that it was the opening that was more your problem than the
Oh,
playing?
absolutely, absolutely. Because I feel like, at least for me, openings, and really for anyone, I think openings are such an easy thing for people to work on if they have the discipline. So it's like, if openings are your problem, that's not a problem. But it's more like, you know, the mindset stuff, the actual chess skills of like, let's say calculation, visualization, these things. If these things are going wrong, or like worse than they are normally, then that's more of a concern to me, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like this, like these last three games, I feel like have been top notch in terms of chess. Like, I've like, you know, hustled so hard to like get every little ounce of anything out of the positions, and it's been a long time since I've felt really in my element, because that used to be my kind of chess, and it's been a while, but I feel like it's back. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Out of the three games today, what do you feel was you did best consistently?
I think like the best thing I had going for me was like I was really focused. Like sometimes you're not really feeling it, or you're doubting, you have like a million thoughts in your head and you're not focusing on the chess. But this time I really felt like I was just so interested by the positions and almost in awe of how all of my opponents today outplayed me at times. And just like getting surprised by like, holy crap, they can find this move. And like, okay, round one I wasn't so excited because it just felt terrible. But at the same time it was like, yeah, it was just like a lot of appreciation, and through that I was able to focus more. Because like if you're constantly like, you know, engaged with every move, then you're able to focus, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah.
What is one thing that you'd have done to prepare for this day differently?
Oh, one thing I would change?
Yeah, like...
Oh, have more sleep. I swear, I was up at like 1:40 a.m.
Wow.
Which is just, I went into bed at 9.
Wow.
And then I started brainstorming some stupid business ideas for chess, and I told you about that already, but yeah, idiot. Yeah. But it might make me a lot of money one day, so...
Yeah, maybe it's worth it. Obviously it didn't affect you too badly.
I guess so. But that was the crazy thing, like adrenaline, like that's my caffeine. Like that just woke me up.
Yeah.
As soon as I realised I had a 1% chance of coming back in the first game, bang. I was like, alert, like the sleep didn't matter anymore. I was just like, I'm gonna come back in this game.
Yeah. In watching you, I'd very much describe you as a sort of serious, like a competitor, like a kind of street fighter. How would you kind of react to that description?
I think after today, it's fucking accurate.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I've never... These three games, like, honestly, like, round one, the game ended in king and rook versus king and rook, no pawns. Round three ended king and knight versus king and knight, no pawns. It was like, battle to the bloody end. Like, oh my god. Yeah.
Were there any particularly attractive combinations that happened today that you'd want to share?
Oh, but I think in round one, basically, my opponent like thought he was winning a pawn, and I noticed how I can sack that pawn but get a huge initiative with my pieces. But I didn't calculate anything. It was just an intuitive feeling. Not even like some intuition that I understand something about the position. It was just a feeling that my pieces will work here. Like king and two rooks, they're gonna work together. They're gonna mess this guy up. Like I can sacrifice this pawn, and like, I mean, I was under time pressure. Like that first game, I went down to 1 second 3 times. Like,
Yes.
yeah. Oh my god.
Biggest emotional swing of the day?
Probably a positive one in round one. Yeah, from negative to
Right.
positive. Like
Course.
that was huge.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
But round three as well. Like I had, for anyone who knows, like the Rachmaninoff. I think it's, what even type of piece is it? It's the piano piece that like is like where Rachmaninoff has a dream about himself getting buried. I've forgotten. Basically, he's getting buried alive, and like
No idea.
there's this whole like story that goes with the piece, but it's such a dramatic piece. And basically, in the third round, my opponent played a move which I suddenly realized this idea, and then boom, the music, like the piece of music came in my head, and yeah, it was very, very explosive. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Any last questions?
Thoughts on tomorrow? Feelings on tomorrow? Where's
Your
your
boy's
head
back. I'm down. I'm ready. I'm down to play. Like, honestly, I had so much fun playing today. Like, no negative feelings. Even the times when I was getting whooped, it was just like, I don't know. Right now, the love for chess is just there, and it's like just really enjoying every moment of it. Like literally that last game was like, it wasn't really chess. It was just like masochist sadist at work for 4 hours, and
Yeah.
it was pure grind. And
Literally the last people in the hall.
last people in the hall. Even like the tournament organizers, they were like, they looked dead, waiting for us to finish. But neither of us were ready to agree a draw. We were just like, like the determination to win that I felt this today is just unreal. And I haven't felt that determined in a long while, so it's really nice.
Okay.
Any thoughts about your own experience? If you could give like 30 seconds to summarize for yourself.
Yeah, no, I thought, it was great fun. Playing 3 in a day was tough, but you just get used to it. Like, as always, nice to be kind of immersed, in the game. Overall, I thought I played, pretty well actually. Felt pretty comfortable in my openings. Showed some nice technique in there, some slightly patchy in places, but overall coming away with a really sort of positive.
And how do you feel compared to Hull, like in terms of like your, like how you experienced the game? Is it exactly the same, or has it improved or
I
changed?
feel I'm much more, even though it seems odd to say that, having only played like 5 games in the last few months,
right,
I feel much more like a kind of regular, like I don't feel as racked by nerves.
Right.
I still feel the adrenaline, but I feel I control it better.
Yeah.
I'm much calmer. I think more clearly. I made less kind of like irrational, impulsive moves that literally afterwards I sort of think, why did I do that?
Yeah, I remember reviewing one of your games
and
in
I was
Hull,
like,
and they were
no,
like,
I did that.
Yeah, literally.
I didn't have any of that.
Good.
I felt more like a proper player.
Proper player, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what, in a phrase, I felt like a proper player.
Open section soon.
Yeah,
right?
I'll see you there, man. I'll
Amazing,
see you there, man.
amazing. Yeah, so basically, after that recap of the first 3 rounds, I then played a 2100 Korean junior who actually had a candidate master title because I believe he won it in a world junior event when I guess he was some prodigy as a child. But his FIDE hadn't caught up and it was still 1700, and I ended up pushing the whole game, and because I was so eager to win it and not lose it because of its rating, I actually ended up messing up and losing in time trouble, which was a real bummer. And then the last round, because I was in a really negative mood, I guess, I was still like down to fight, but I only literally had 15 minutes to, you know, clear my head before playing the final round. I ended up drawing that, but I definitely could have pressed to win if I had been in a better state of mind. So yeah, I finished 2 out of 5, which I guess is better than 0.5 out of 5, which was at Hull. But I think, yeah, there are definitely some really, really good fighting moments to take home from that. But yeah, basically from this tournament, I definitely want to do a round 1 recap at some point. The round 2, recently I actually went through all the games with my coach Nicola. And round 2 had a particularly instructive moment, which I think I'm gonna make into a video of its own because I recorded some of it. So I think that would be really cool to upload on the channel. So those are 2 video ideas, and actually right now I'm gonna be calling my friend Stephen, who we have planned some chess trips. I'm gonna be playing Groningen at the end of this month, end of next month in December, and hopefully I'll play in Hastings as well. Not like the full Hastings tournament, just one of the New Year's 5-day, 5-round congresses. And then at the end of January, I'm also going to be playing in Parachin, Serbia. So busy chess schedule to come. I'm going to do some booking right now. But yeah, hopefully I'll try and film some of it and keep you guys updated. So that's all from me for today, and I'll see you very soon. See ya.